Okay. Yeah, hi guys. So last class we have discussed SSIS introduction and what are the major components available in SSIS, right? What are the major components available in SSIS? First one is control flow, data flow, and parameters and event handlers, and last one is package explorer, right? So within the control flow, we have all the tasks and containers basically, correct now? First of all, control flow is responsible for what? Control flow is responsible for loading the, handling all the task related. I mean to say, let's say moving a file from one place to another place, deleting the file, renaming the file, or I have a given set of folder with 10 files, which is in different format. Just to load all the files into a single destination, I will be going such kind of a task, which is included in my control flow. I told you in the last class, same thing only, right? Control flow is responsible for handling the tasks basically. The moment you think of any task, look at this. The moment you think of any tasks or containers, blindly will go with the control flow. Data flow is responsible to handle the data from where to where. Basically, what is the key area in SSIS? Where are we loading the data, guys? Anybody? From where are we loading the data? Exactly. What can be the source? Is it only restricted to SQL Server or is it
SQL Server, Excel?
Very good.
SQL
Server,
XML.
Excel.
CSV.
Somebody has joined a different name, Sahishna Reddy. I have not seen this name. Anybody? Is it a who joined on this name? If it is my sorry, I have already shared this link to my old students. Who has joined? Ever joined, Nana?
Then Shravanti ma'am.
Oh,
New
Shravanti.
joining.
Oh, hi Shravanti. You should put your name, okay? Daily I'll just keep check to make sure my student attends, okay?
Oh, okay, ma'am.
I will get to know, okay, today who have joined or tomorrow who have joined. Tomorrow should I need to repeat the same thing? Something like that I'll get to know. Just join with your name, Shravanti. Welcome to the batch, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. I see Ramakant has joined. Hi Ramakant. How are you? Long time. Okay. Okay, guys. Sorry to interrupt. Okay. Data flow, what we were discussing? We were discussing on to load the data from source to the destination. Again, what can be the destination, guys? A destination can be
SQL Server,
Excel, flat file.
Excel, same.
Only these three we are working on this training session. But do remember, in your real time, you may get different destinations also. Even if you ask me, sometimes in the interview perspective, what I'll say, I have not worked on it, but definitely I will be able to learn because I have worked on many other transformations and destinations before. Let's say Azure Data Factory, Azure Data Blob, Blob Container, something like that, right? My main intention is, if someone is asking some question in the ETL, you should not be blank, right? You should have a very clear idea of what SSIS we are doing, right? Okay. Now, the other day, I have shown you to load the data from a simple flat file. Have anybody done that? Hope everybody is comfortable with loading the data from flat file to the SQL Server. Now, today, I think I've already, I've also asked you to load the data from Excel. Did anybody try that? Loading the data from Excel. The main intention I have given you is to come up with errors. Did you load it successfully or do you find any issues over there?
Lot of errors, but finally it was successful.
Very good. Anybody tried that? Okay. If anybody not tried, I request you to try with Excel today, right? If not, I'll try to do it tomorrow. Because the reason why I'm asking is, in your real time, majorly, you will be working with Excel and SQL Server. SQL Server is pretty easy, like there will be no issues while connecting with the SQL Server. But Excel, you have to remember 3 or 4 points, guys. That is very important. I'll tell you the points. Try to rectify those. Okay, those points are that, guys, by default, SSIS will not be able to support 64-bit. For that, you need to install like a Microsoft Access database engine from the online. That is the first point. And the second one is, what you need to do is go to the Solution Explorer, click on the package, the solution name, whatever. Can you see here options over there in the left side? Under the common properties, under the configuration properties, there is an option called here in, where it is in the place of debugging. If you go to debugging, there is an option called run 64-bit time. Runtime option is there. By default, it will be true, guys. You have to make it to false. When you're working on Excel Connection Manager, do remember, make it to false. This is the first option. Now, the second issue you might get is the moment you are trying to import the data from Excel, it will show as it will not read the data. I mean, you're not able to import the data from the Excel. For that, to fixing the issue, what you need to do is open up the Excel and try to save it in 97 to 2003 model. Like there is a one version, no? Where is that? Let me go back for this. Consider this is your Excel, okay? Go to File, Save As, and click on this Excel workbook. And can you see there is a version of Excel 9723? Can you see here?
Yeah.
This you have to select. And this is your template. Don't click on it. You have to click on the workbook, guys. The moment you click on this workbook, what it will do is it will change the version of this latest file from this to the older version. Automatically, you will be able to see the list over there. Just try it and let me know your different issues. I wanted to hear the issues. That is why I have given you this task. One is able to do successfully, but others, definitely you will see some issues. And the third issue could be your data conversion. Let me repeat, data conversion. These two I have covered, right? One is 64-bit and the second one is changing the Excel version from the latest to 97 to 2003 model. And the third issue could be a data conversion. Meaning, guys, Excel by default will have some default data type called nvarchar. What is nvarchar in SQL Server? What is nvarchar? First of all, what
It
is
is a
varchar?
data type. It is a data.
Unicode.
Very good. Unicode and
Unicode.
non-Unicode. When it is a varchar, it is a non-Unicode. When it is a
Dynamically.
nvarchar, exactly. When it is an nvarchar, it is a Unicode. So by default, Excel will have Unicode things. But when you are trying to load the data into the table which has Unicode, sorry, non-Unicode, what you have to do, you have to convert and then load the data. So that process we call it as data conversion. There is one separate transformation is there. Look at this, data conversion. This I will explain as part of my Excel loading. But for now, purposely only I'm giving you this task to load the data from Excel to OLEDB destination, which is your SQL server, to make sure whether you're getting those errors or not. Clear, guys? Let me write down the tasks here. Task for today. Same task which I have given for last time. Second class. Task for today. Load the data from where? Load the data from Excel source to SQL Server destination. Successfully, I wanted you to load. If any errors, just put the errors in the group, WhatsApp group, or next class we will discuss each and every errors. So that way everybody will also learn, okay? Fix the errors. For example, errors can be, first one is compatibility, version compatible with 64-bit version. Guys, newcomers, don't think it is going beyond your knowledge. Just understand this is just a flow of my last class. Okay. Ignore if you're not getting also. and then version compatible with 64-bit version. What is the other thing, guys? Say
Excel type 2.
exactly.
And the
Excel
Excel version too,
into old
97.
version, and the third one is data conversion, right? Why? Because Excel will have different data type. What is a data type here? As you said, like n var character, like right. So those things, Excel will have different data type. Whereas if your SQL Server destination, I'm clearly mentioning each and everything. Whereas if your SQL Server destination table has different data type, what is required here? Explicitly, data conversion is required. Data conversion is required. I request you to do this task. If not, tomorrow only I'll explain you this. Don't worry. This is a task for today. Now, moving on to the today's topic, which is a new topic where I will be discussing data flow transformations. For example, if you open up the data flow, can you see there are transformations available in the left side? Guys, there are a lot of transformations available in the toolbox, SSIS toolbox. Out of all these things, I'm going to discuss a top 10 transformations. Top 10 transformations, which is used in a real time. Okay. First of all, even for a newcomers to understand, guys, ETL is a tool where we will be loading the data from multiple data sources to the destination, right? So in order to do that, I have a component, control flow and data flow, different components, which is responsible for task, and data flow is responsible for data moving from one place to another place. Now, first thing I will be discussing today is aggregate. And now let me go back to my previous class to revise few things so that it will be easy to connect with you for today's class. The first thing I would like to revise is, can you tell me the full form of ETL?
Extraction,
Transformation,
transformation,
load.
Extraction. Right now, I'm going to extract any of my file which I would like to. It can be SQL Server, Excel, or CSV. But what does the T stands for?
transformation.
And in the beginning of my class, I have told you a transformation can be anything which is related to data, isn't it? Data related. When it is a data related, can anyone give me some examples? Like there are some nulls.
Data cleansing.
Exactly, data cleansing, data cleaning. For example, to understand everybody, right? Guys, please follow this. A data cleansing can be replacing some null values with zeros. And there are some requirements where customer is given with, let's say, first name and last name, and they're expecting to have a full name here. Creating such columns. And let's say, what are the other things? Combining the data from two different data sources, right? And creation of an additional column, anything. It is not mandatory to remember all the transformations, but I'm giving you an idea what can be done in the place of transformation, especially the data transformation. By looking at the naming convention itself, please do remember, okay, we are transforming the data based on the customer requirement, guys. The requirement can be anything, but according to the requirement, we need to choose the type of the transformation in the left-hand side. I repeat, based on your customer requirement or your data requirement, we need to select the particular transformation item in the left-hand side. Those are called data flow transformations. I repeat, which tab I'm into right now? Data flow. Those are called data flow transformations. Where can you see all these transformations is? Look at this. Can you see the common one here? Guys, SSIS tool has given us an opportunity to make these transformations categorized into common categorized into other transforms. By doing this, anybody can easily navigate, okay, these are the commonly used transformations, and these are the other transformations available in the SSIS. As I said, I'm going to discuss in this session top 10 transformations. Not, let's say we have 30 transformations. We will not going to discuss all those 30, and all those 30 may not be used in your real time also, that is for sure. Right? Now, to begin with, I will start with aggregate transformation today. For that, I will create a new package. Right click, go to the SSIS package, right click, take a new SSIS, and give the name properly. Give the name properly here. What is the purpose of my transformation today? Aggregate. The first
Aggregate.
aggregate. And what I will do, the way I have shared you the Excel, sorry, not Excel, SQL Server files on a daily basis. This package also I will send you on a daily basis, whatever the transformations we have done, so that it will be with you as a reference. Okay. Now, moving on to the package creation, moving on to the package development, just observe my technical words also, like package creation, package implementation, package development, right? Package designing, it can be anything, but these words will be used in your real time. Okay. Now, first of all, I am working on which transformations, guys? Data flow transformation.
Data flow.
Should I go to data flow? Should I be in the control flow itself? I have to navigate to data flow, no? Because control flow is responsible for one kind of a task only. And this control flow will be discussed once my data flow transformations are done. What I will be doing is, I will be navigating onto this data flow task. Now double click on it, automatically it will move to data flow. Now, first I will explain you the definition of aggregate, then I will work on a practical session, guys. Kindly note down, put a definition of aggregate. Put aggregate, first transformation in SSIS.
Aggregate.
Aggregate, right? Now, I have a question for you. What are the aggregation functions available in SQL Server?
Some
Min,
count,
min,
minimum,
minimum,
average.
average.
Same thing we can also do it in this SSIS also. And I have told you already, the moment, whenever I get a chance, I'll try to relate SSIS things with SQL Server things, so that you will not lose the touch. Not only SSIS, guys, when we are moving on to Power BI, like whenever I get a chance to relate to with SSIS, you have to provide the related answer for it. Okay. So whatever you said is right. Same thing, aggregation, sum, min, max, count, average, those things we'll be covering in the part of aggregate. Now let me drag the aggregate. Instead of directly dragging the aggregate, what I will be doing is, first I need a source. No, at least I should have some data, right, to play around with this one. So what I will be doing is, I will be dragging the data by using, which source can we take? We can take any source. For now, I'm going to take SQL Server source. For that, OLDB, just click on connect. What is this error marks? I have told you in the last class that you have not configured your
Connection manager is not
connection
configured.
manager is not configured. Can you see there is any connection managers? Nothing here. So what you have to do, double click on it, take a new connection manager. Since I have been already configured in the last class, I'm going to select the same thing and take this, any of the table. I'm just checking which table I have the data. And let me see if I can go to this adventure workbooks. To play around with the data, we should have proper data, right? Otherwise, it will not give us the data properly in the aggregate function. So what I will be doing here is, let's take a sales table itself. Sales order detail. Okay, I have something here. Order quantity, right? Okay, this table I'm going to use it in this SSIS. This is connected to a different DB. Now what I will be doing here is take a new connection, put the server name here. How to take the server name? Click on the SQL server, copy the server name here. Now select the database. The database is Adventure Workbooks. Click on test connection. Click on OK. Nothing I'm doing new, guys. It's just the same thing we have discussed in the last class. Okay. Now, what is the table name? Sales order detail, right? Go to the sales schema and then sales order detail. Okay. Look at the preview just to make sure whether you have a proper data. Click on close, click on OK. Now you tell me, did I take my SQL Server table as a source or a destination?
Source.
Source only. Why? Because I am going to work on transforming the data based on my aggregate transformation and loading the data into some of the destination. The destination can be anything. Can we take any, which one? Should I put it in the table itself or can I take some flat file or whatever? Can we load the data? Okay, let's put into the SQL Server only. And then we'll work on remaining flat files going forward. Like other transformations are also there, no? Like that. Now, since still aggregate is showing some error because I have not configured anything now, you have to double click on it and see the table data columns here. What you need to do here is, first of all, look at the data. What you're going to do is, I am going to do a sum of unit price by grouping by order quantity. Okay, look at this. What did I say? Sum of my unit price. So when I say sum of unit price, this column is there, no guys? Just select that column, drag and drop here. That's it. Guys, SSIS and Power BI, as I said, you just have to drag and drop and do some configurations. That's it, guys. Nothing else. You're going to write some complex logic, nothing here. Just drag and drop. And now, the moment you put here, can you see the operation? This operation will have lot of things, as I said, like sum, min, max, count. All these things are available here. You just have to select the operation whichever you wanted, and doing summation is fine. But on basis of what column you're going to sum is also mandatory, no? Like the way we have done it in SQL Server. Okay, let's do one thing. This will be a little interesting. Instead of me doing it in SSIS, you help me the same query logic in SQL Server. Then I will try to replicate the same logic in SSIS and we will compare the data. Will that be fine? So that we will be having proper idea what we are doing. Okay, I'll tell you the requirement. I would like to do the sum of unit price group by order quantity. Can we do that? In SQL Server first, select.
Yes.
Correct.
Select sum of unit price from which table? This table. And group by order quantity, right? Now, if you remember my previous class, what did I say? If you are doing something basis of
We have
group
to
by
specify that in
in
select.
the select list also. Now look at this. Look at this. Based on my order quantity, I'm getting my total sum. I'm not getting this proper column name. What should I do?
Alias name.
Alias name.
Alias total price. And now still I'm not getting, I'm not seeing this order in a proper way. Like it's not in correct order. What should I do?
Order by.
Order by order
Order quantity.
ascending or descending. By default, what it will be there in SQL Server?
Ascending order.
With what we should do?
This ascending is fine, right, ma'am? 1, 2, 3.
Anything is fine. I got a call in between. Sorry, I got distracted. Huh. Right. By default, it will be ascending. So even though if you don't put ascending, that is fine. Why? Because by default, SQL Server has a capability to do it in ascending order. Now this looks fine, right? How many records are there, guys? After you do the aggregation, 41 records.
41.
41 records.
Now let's expect the same result set in SSIS also. Can we do that? Now,
Yes.
look at this. Sum of unit price I have dragged here. I have taken operation of sum. Now, What is the next operation should I do? Group by I should do na?
Group by
Right,
Group
which
by
column?
order
order
quantity.
quantity.
Okay. I have to drag this order quantity also here. Now you tell me in the place of operation, which one should I select?
Group by.
Group
Very
by.
good.
Group by.
Group by. These two operations are done. I'm clicking on
Order by.
Yeah.
order by is also fine. We can do it, but let's see how the data will arrange here in the SSIS. Okay. Now, since it is an aggregation operation, we cannot do it in this transformation. There is a separate transformation called sort, guys. Sort. I will be discussing now, one by one. Okay. Now, can we configure the OLEDP destination also? I will not do anything. You can please help me with the configurations. Because why I'm asking confidently is, last time we have loaded from where to where? From flat file to OLEDP. Now, with that basis, can I ask you some help here? I have double clicked on it. Now, what should I do?
So if the connection manager is fine.
Connection manager is already
Mapping.
defined.
Mappings.
Mappings.
Before I should go with
No,
the
no,
mapping.
table.
We have
Exactly.
to name of the table.
New
Exactly.
table.
We have to create the table. No. What should I do? Which option should I select? I don't know anything.
New.
New button. New
Here or here?
The
Second
below
one.
one.
The second
Okay.
one.
Okay. Now, what else?
Name, change the name.
Change
of
the table.
Change the name, table name. Okay. To what? I'll mention it as anything like
New aggregate data.
new aggregated data. Very good.
Yeah.
New aggregated data. And click on OK. Now, next one is what?
Mappings.
Then mappings. Yeah.
Can you see the
Mappings.
The
bottom error
columns and the
message?
mapping.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Map the columns. What is important in SSIS?
Mapping the column.
Very good. Mapping the columns is very, very important. What happens when you don't map the columns also tell us, because newcomers will also understand. What
So it
happens
will,
when you don't map the columns
it will
properly?
sync inappropriate data to inappropriate column.
Example, can you give me any example?
Name will be on ID will be on name,
Very
something like that.
Data will not be there in the right column. It will have, for example, by mistakenly, if I configure this, see, did I configure these columns or did it come out? I mean, it has come automatically by looking at the data. I have not configured it, right? By mistakenly, if I mention something like ignore, the unit price will not be able to load the data into unit price column. So that is where I was keep on saying, oh, 1 second, guys. Okay. Please join after 10 minutes. Looks like my renewal of Zoom is not happen on time. Request you to please join after 10 minutes if you disconnect from this Zoom meeting, and then we'll connect back. I'll try to renew my Zoom license by tomorrow. Sorry about that. I have not seen that. Okay. Now look at this. Unit price and order quantity is done. No. Now clicking on OK. See, my configuration is done properly without any errors. What I will do is how to execute the data. Sorry, how to execute this now. Package.
Go to Solution Explorer.
Go to Solution Explorer. Which package into I am? Aggregate.
Aggregate.
Package.
Aggregate.
Right
Right
click.
click. Execute package.
Execute package. Data got executed successfully. Now look at this. How many records it has processed? Some 1,21,000 records. 1,21,000. How many are there in the destination?
41.
Now,
Exactly.
how many have we got it in the SQL server?
Same 41.
41.
Now, can we validate the data also once?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is the table name we have given and which database we have configured? Same thing only, na? Adventure workbooks only, right? Now,
Yes.
select, start from new aggregate data.
Aggregate data.
Aggregate data. Let's see what the data is coming from. Invalid object, probably the spelling mistake or something. Let's see. Probably I would have given SQL Server training only. Right. Now let's see on the refresh part. Refresh. tables. Where it has gone to? Which DB it has gone to? Let me see the configurations.
Adventure work
Books only.
2019.
This is adventure workbooks only. It is source 1. Looks like the destination gone to the different table. Not sure. Let me see. URL better now. DB name I have not given anything here. Adventure workbooks. Can you find the table name here? Table. Refresh. Sales. No person.
No, it's not there. There is
It's
no.
not there, right? Where it has gone to?
No PQR.
Here also it
no,
is
no,
not there, right? Default.
no. Could you please go to the same adventure again?
Mhm.
It's not there.
Let me check in my master DB. It shouldn't be, but let's see. Master DB. Let me refresh it also once. Go to the tables. DBO new, right?
It's here. New aggregate.
I suspected that because look at this, guys. How do you know which is your source DB, which is your destination DB? How can you know is just click on the source 1. Can you see the name of the OLDB connection manager here? What it is
Right.
showing? It is showing the server name followed by the DB name.
Database
But
name.
here, OLDB, if you click on it, what is the connection manager name?
Just the database, server name.
Server name. But you have not provided a specific DB name. That's where by default it is went into the master DB.
Master.
Now what I will do is to select from one database to another database, what command?
Use
master.
Master.
Now I'll execute this table here. What I'll do, I will execute this. Look at this. Now, if you wanted, look at this. The first why I got unit price first and order quantity first is the way you have configured the data here. Okay, go to the mappings. What is my first column?
Unit price.
That is why we got a unit price here. You can arrange this column also. For example, if you delete this one, okay, and then right click, delete it. Why it is not deleting? Probably we need to configure it from the beginning or what? You can also arrange this order, guys. Like by deleting it, what it will do, it will come at least one mapping should be there. Okay. Order quantity. Now delete this. Probably while configuration only we have to do it. What we have to do is first delete it and then do the arranging of order. Then it will come properly from order quantity to unit price. Or what you can do is you can check that in the table creation itself. You're getting me, no? For example, view existing. What you can do here, while creation of a tables, which one you wanted to first come, that you can put it in the table creation, and by that order you will get easily. Rather than doing the mappings changing, that is not a good idea. My way of doing it is do the table creation in a proper way, the way you want it. That's it. Clear? So the basic purpose of aggregate is do the aggregation operations, whatever we have done it in the SQL Server. See, there is no purpose of SQL Server concept here. Within SSIS itself, we can configure easily. Okay. So this is with the tool and this is with the query level. And both you are confident now. Clear now? The way you can write the query in SQL Server also you're comfortable, and within SSIS also we are comfortable. Now, the data flow task is not a proper naming convention. I will move it to aggregate transformation. Right now, we have 3 more minutes left to start with the new concept. Sorry about it. Just disconnect and rejoin the same link, guys. Sorry for the inconvenience today. I'll make sure tomorrow I'll get the licensed one. Okay, I'll start the new transformation. We'll discuss it there.